go time. Almost there.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks so much for watching us today. This week we're in San Jose talking to some of the best and brightest companies in the Silicon Valley area. And on our program is Tom French, the president of Supply Chain Coach. Tom, welcome.
Thank you.
So why don't we start off by talking about what Supply Chain Coach does?
Supply Chain Coach basically goes into shippers, which are either manufacturers, distributors, or retail companies, pull data. We analyze it to look for ways that they can save money through different concepts of managing that. Once we've defined those concepts, then we run models for proof of that savings, and with that savings, then we look for technology to implement, and then we coach them through how to implement the technology to get the results.
So there seems like there could be time savings, cost savings, and lots of different kinds of savings, right?
Most of it is process changes that we look at, doing things differently than what they normally would do them, only because we understand what the data is telling us in how to manage it differently.
So what sorts of things have you done for companies in terms of their return on investment? How have you helped them?
In most cases, we provide a lot of actual savings through tactical movements of shipments and that sort of thing. But we also create soft costs through integration of technology all the way through the back end. Managing transportation today is 2/3 the cost of the distribution. So if you can trim anything out of that, you have a big success in reducing and dropping money to the bottom line.
Now, what sorts of companies specifically? I know that anyone who's got a supply chain, but are there certain ones like retailers that benefit more than others, or does it matter?
No, it really doesn't make any difference. The ones that really benefit the most are people who actually manufacture. And manufacturing primarily in the states, such as we deal with California cut flowers, and there are 240 growers, and we're trying to figure out how to reduce their price point on the East Coast so they compete with South America products. That'd be an example.
Now, UPS has been running a lot of ads lately for logistics. Does that help your business? That people are more aware now of dealing with logistics?
They are, and not only are they more aware, but they're more conscious about the fact that with technology in the cloud today, being world-class in your logistics is pretty easy. It's much easier to do than before.
Really, the small companies can compete more easily with the larger ones using the latest, like you said, cloud and other kind of technology, right?
Absolutely. In fact is, the smaller companies can be as good, if not better, because they're leaner and they have less to deal with. So they can do that, yes.
Now, we live in an interesting world in terms of commodity fluctuation. In the last 5 years, it's been pretty extreme and severe. Does that have any effect, or does that, other than oil, are there any things that you look at when you help companies?
Well, oil has a huge effect on supply chain. As that oil increases and the cost of diesel increases, then all of a sudden carriers start increasing their rates, and that causes mode shifts. What I mean by that is
rail, I would imagine.
Rail or small pack to LTL, LTL to full truck. So being dynamic in managing that is where they'll get the results of the savings.
Because really, I mean, you could see oil shocks overnight.
And you do. And so we dealt with a company called Build-A-Bear.
Sure.
And by changing their entire way to do it based on oil increasing, was able to save them millions of dollars.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've got some happy children that are Build-A-Bear customers. So
they're an awesome company.
Yeah, they're great company. So that's great to hear. So, okay, that makes a lot of sense then. You've got to be, so really what we're talking about is in today's world, it's important to be nimble and quick just because you've got so many changing factors. Not only are you competing with so many new companies because of the internet, but also your underlying transportation costs and logistical costs are changing moment to moment. And then supplier costs, input costs are changing all the time because the price of copper, palladium, or whatever other metals you're using inside of your products also are fluctuating.
That's correct. And when you have good data, and the data are two areas are really huge impacts at the bottom line, inventory and transportation. So if you manage those using technology, you can really start driving some huge savings to the bottom line.
That's great. So if I'm watching this video right now, how do I know that I am a candidate to call you and to learn more? So why don't you just give a pitch and tell me who it is exactly that needs to pick up the phone and call you or email you?
Because we drive process change, it's usually a C-level person within the corporation. And what they need to do is look at what they're doing currently today. To analyze where they should be and what they should be doing differently is really an inexpensive process. So less than $5,000 for most companies, we can figure out where they should go. And then once we've done that, then going to the next level is a decision they can make that, based on what they see, is the potential.
Well, good enough. Thanks for being on the program today.
Thank you.
It's great.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom. Great.